all of a sudden what looked to be like a wrapped up Rookie of the Year race when Ja Morant balled out for the first half of the season, Zion Williamson may have all of a sudden put himself in that discussion. So I've called in here to talk about that race indeed, and if Zion can be a Rookie of the Year candidate.
That's a great question.
But before we start, I'm going to address some takes I made earlier in the season. I said at the start of the season that Ja Morant would be Rookie of the Year, even if Zion Williamson was healthy. And I said about a month or two ago that Ja Morant will likely have a better career because Zion Williamson will be too injured. Also, I said that Zion Williamson will probably average about 18.7 rebounds on the season. I just want to say I was blatantly wrong on every single count when it came to Zion Williamson. I was a doubter that he would be insane. I thought he'd be really good, but I did not think he would be even close to the level that he is playing at right now. It is unbelievable. He would have been an all-star as a rookie if he was not hurt. If he was not hurt. Third guy since the turn of the century, I believe, since Yao Ming and Blake Griffin have done it. But yeah, I can't believe how wrong I was. This guy is the clear best rookie to come out of the draft. Like, clear. This guy is going to be 100%. An MVP candidate, probably an MVP at some point in his career. But this year, can he still be a Rookie of the Year?
I say no. The only reason I say no is because he was hurt. Right now,
that's the only reason.
That is literally the only reason. And right now, Zion is on pace to play, I think, 37 games if he plays the rest of the season. And the youngest Rookie of the Year winner ever was Julius Erving when he only played 50 games and he won Rookie of the Year. Now we're talking about Zion only at the max playing 37 because he still has a few weeks to go. The only reason Zion's not going to win is because of his injury. And that's not taking anything away from Ja. I think Ja is looking really good.
Let's also consider Ja Morant has played exceptionally this season.
He has.
That is why Zion...
Memphis has no business being in the 8th seed right now. They really have no business being in the 8th seed. And a lot of that is because of Ja. And Ja's shooting is really efficient for a rookie. His field goal percentage is almost at 50%, and he's shooting 35 from 3. That is very good for a rookie point guard.
Yeah.
Especially a point guard who is in charge of the offense. And not to mention, he also has 7 assists and almost a steal a game. And I see those just going up throughout the rest of his career.
Yeah, and he's got the unteachable, uncoachable ability to make other people better on your team.
He finds holes and he finds angles that most people are not.
And just elevates everybody else on the team. You know, not obviously not as good as LeBron does or as Luka Doncic does, but that kind of ability.
As a rookie too, and as a rookie, and as a 20-year-old, and he's in the West, especially on the Grizzlies where they have no business being in the 8th seed. They're in the West playing teams like the Lakers every other night. You know what I mean? That's really good stuff from Ja. But I just want to talk about Zion, man. Like, that guy is just... He's a freight train. There's nothing you can do to stop.
I cannot believe how good this guy is. Like, I can't explain. Like
60% from the field.
I'm lost
shooting 40, almost 42% from 3. He is only taking about under 1 a game, but still. Like, this guy is... Like, I thought Ja was showing a lot of promise, and I was like, okay. Ja's going to be Rookie of the Year.
Sorry, to interject on the Zion, the 3-point percentage. He has 5 this season, 4 came in one game.
Fair.
So let's not jump on that.
But still.
But yes, let's jump on the 60% or near.
We see that it's there. Percentage. We see his instincts to get open around the rim are clearly there. And I think the way that the Pelicans are using him, they're using him so properly. As soon as the other team shoots the ball, they don't care if he gets the rebound. Zion, go run the floor.
Yeah.
Go get a 2-on-2, which we know you're going to score because you're just too big. Or go get a 3-on-2 where you're easily going to score. An alley-oop, whatever.
Yeah, and he's not even playing 30 minutes a game yet. He's averaging 29 minutes per game.
That's
24 points. And 7 rebounds.
If he's playing 36 minutes, he's averaging 30 points so far.
Yeah.
That's insane.
The one thing that will hinder his career is injuries. There will surely be injuries in the career.
There
of
will
Zion
definitely
Williamson.
be many injuries.
But to readdress who you have the better career, I'd rather have Zion for less games than Ja Morant for 100% of the games, based on what I'm seeing at the moment. I not that I discredit Ja Morant. He's going to be an all-star one day.
Mm-hmm.
He arguably could have been one this year.
Not in the West.
Arguably. Some people think he should have been an all-star. Not
In
me.
the West?
Not me, but some people said he should have been an all-star. Anyways, besides the point, John Morant's I think he's gonna take this Memphis team far. You know, the Memphis finally have something to
They have
rally
a good
behind.
base around too. With
rally
Ja as their
behind.
star, they have a good team around them.
To cheer about. So definitely, not taking nothing away from John Morant. It's just that Zion has been
If you look at
extraordinary.
If you look at where the Pelicans, like, we've given Ja a lot of credit for getting the Grizzlies in a playoff spot right now, but if we look at where the Pelicans were when Zion was hurt versus where they are now, it's insane. And it's not even like Zion's like completely taking over games. He's not completely dominating a game just yet, but just the way that like the Pelicans are playing with him on the court, it's so much more fluid and they're finding more ways to win.
Yeah, and there's extra weapons. You know, you've got JJ Redick, you've got Brandon Ingram, who's balling.
Ingram is still hooping. Yep.
Lonzo's elevated his game. Finally, we finally see him starting to get better.
Yeah, I don't like any Lonzo haters. If you're a Lonzo hater, get the hell out of here.
What classifies a Lonzo hater?
People who say he's a bust.
So me?
Yeah, get the hell out of here.
Yeah. I think Lonzo, for what you get from a second overall pick, you want a guy like Ja Morant. You don't want a guy like Lonzo. That is the argument I have against him being a bust.
We'll talk about Lonzo.
Lonzo's great, but it's just, is he what you needed from a second pick? No.
Maybe not yet.
That's a completely different. By the way, that episode exists. Is Lonzo a bust? I don't know what episode that is. It's one of the most popular ones on YouTube, so you can probably find it pretty easily if you are interested in that.
I mean, please.
But back on the matter at hand, Zion Williamson, no doubt would have been Rookie of the Year. You know what?
Yeah.
It's insane that he's gonna play max 37 games and be in the discussion. He's going to get votes.
Oh, of course he's going to be in the discussion. He's going to be in the discussion just because he's Zion Williamson.
But the way I'm going to look at it, would I rather have Ja Morant for a full season or Zion Williamson for 37 games? And honestly, rather have Ja Morant for the full season.
I agree. If you were going to ask me if I could have Ja for the full season and maybe Zion for maybe 60 games, kind of like what the Raptors did with Kawhi, I would probably take Zion. Then I'm taking Zion.
Do you think the argument changes if the Pelicans finish in 8th ahead of the Grizzlies?
No. I still don't think it changes the discussion. Obviously, if Zion and those guys are able to get to the playoffs, that's insane. I still think it should go to Ja just because of, he played the whole season. Zion was only there for 2/5 of the season. I think you still give it to Ja, not discrediting anything Zion's going to be. Like Zion, I don't think Zion cares too much about winning Rookie of the Year now versus maybe MVPs in the future. Yes. I think he's going to look back on this year when he didn't win Rookie of the Year and have a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, Rookie of the Year, I mean, Malcolm Brogdon is the Rookie of the Year. Yeah. And Malcolm Brogdon's a good player, but he's not in the discussion.
He's not that elite talent, persona. I think for Zion, maybe it might hurt a little bit, but what are you going to do? You were hurt.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
Get over it, boss.
At the end of the day, Zion still knows he's the best rookie coming out of the draft. He still knows he's probably a top 50, maybe top 30 player in the NBA.
Yeah.
And I think the only thing that discredits any of that for the Rookie of the Year conversation is his health. Yeah. And that will continue to hurt him.
And also, a lot of people will make the case that the Pelicans make the playoffs, you got to look at Zion for Rookie of the Year. Imagine Ja Morant with a supporting cast like Brandon Ingram, even having a JJ Redick would up his assists, right? Yeah. Just the better cast.
Yeah, and I think once Zion starts taking more care of his body and he starts to learn how to preserve himself better, then we're going to start seeing him playing, 60 games, 65, 70, 75 games. And then once he starts doing that, then he will genuinely be in the conversation for awards like Defensive Player of the Year, maybe Sixth Man, maybe Most Improved. I mean, I don't know how you improve a lot from what he's doing already.
He'll never win a Most Improved Player.
No, he's always just going to be insane.
He's already at 24 points per game in 28 when I met.
But what I'm saying is, we all know Zion has the possibility to win multiple MVPs in the future, but the only thing that's going to hinder him is his health, much like it's, hurting him right now in the Rookie of the Year conversation.
His health, as big of a problem it's going to be, it won't stop him from achieving.
It won't stop him from getting buckets, and
Yeah.
I think teams are still, like, even though Zion could be a huge injury risk in the future, teams are still going to want to build around him. Maybe it's around the Pelicans, maybe he moves on, maybe whatever. But teams are still going to want to have him because this guy is so special.
Yes. And we will end it there. Thank you to Colin for being on this. Let us know what you think about the Rookie of the Year race, whether it be in the YouTube comments or on social media. We also post every single day at the Amateur Sports Podcast. Yeah. So all the links for anything social media or where you can listen are in the description. Stay up to date with the daily episodes, and we will see you again tomorrow.